Well, hey there, neighbor. It's me, Angie. Guess where I am? I'm out in my driveway, waiting for you to drive up. Come on over now. We have things we have to talk about. I had a fantastic weekend. This weekend was James's birthday. Well, actually, his birthday was yesterday, but Friday we left out and we went out of town to Vicksburg and spent a couple of days and got home yesterday. Really, really enjoyed it. I was really tired, but I fixed him a pineapple upside down cake, and we've been getting so many cucumbers out of our garden that James said we've got to do something with these cucumbers. So why don't we make some sweet pickle relish? So we did that. I cooked him a birthday lunch. I mean, by the time I laid down last night, I literally was so exhausted. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. But anyway, it was a wonderful weekend, but I missed you all. I tried to go into all the lives that I could go into and stay a few minutes, support my channels, watch some videos. I tried to do all that. And it's amazing when you leave town how much you miss. You miss so much. But we need to have time for ourselves. And we need to spend time with our immediate families and our loved ones, if all possible. Because, they're a blessing to us. Now, I know sometimes they can just get on our last nerve. Because being married to James 35 years, I have to say, and my children laugh when I say this, but it's like this little deer that comes running, toward me when he gets on my nerves. It's like, oh no, here it comes. Coming to get on my nerves. And I love him to death, but he has a way of just climbing up my back and slapping me in the back of the head sometimes. But when you've been married as long as I have, you can just about say anything and get away with it, because after 35 years, we've got to love each other or we're just stupid. I mean, how can you live with somebody for 35 years and not have some kind of feeling or compassion for them? I couldn't do that. And if anybody's done that that's in the sound of my voice, hands down, you win. Because, it's hard to live with people we love, much less people we don't really love. Now, I know that we should love everybody, and that's hard. When you hear that, oh, we should love everybody. Okay, everybody is a lot of people. Okay? Just think about everybody is a lot. Now, I think you should be kind, respectful to other people, but of course there has to be different stages of love, because I can't love a stranger like I love my husband, my children, my granddaughter. When you say the word love, and it's misused a lot, the word love is, some people just throw it out there. Oh, I love you, I love you. I don't take that lightly, because it took me a lot of years to be able to say that to anybody, because when I said it, I wanted to really mean it, because it really meant something to me. So if I ever say that to you, I don't say that lightly, because it really means that I do and I care about you. Like I said, some people just use the word, oh, I love you, and they don't really mean exactly what you think they mean. But loving somebody can be so hard sometimes, and we all know that. If we've had any relationship that's gone over, let's say, 5 years, it can be hard, because nobody knows that person until they live with them. Till you live with somebody, you don't really, really know who they are, because they can pretend to be any way they want to be in front of you for a few hours. But if you have to be around them 24/7, you can pick up on things that you normally wouldn't pick up on if you were just around them for a short period of time. We have those people we meet that we're like, ooh, their demons fight with your demons, and y'all just don't, it's just this bad feeling all the way around. And then you meet somebody and it's like, you just instantly have a love for them, or an attraction, or a desire to be their friend, or even more, and that to me, figure that out. How do you figure that out? Because, we're all human beings, we're all individuals, and a lot of it, like I said before, doesn't come from the outside appearance unless you're shallow. And some people are, and they just looking at the outwards, appearance. And when you get my age, a lot of times we're not looking at that outward appearance unless we're looking to just say, ooh, he's good looking. And probably the person you're looking at, if you're my age, is 20 or 30 years younger than you are, and they're young enough to be your son, and you're saying, oh, aren't they so good looking? And then there's the ones that we're just like, no way, no how. There's no way that I could ever think that that man is attractive. And then other people just think they're adorable. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And people say, well, I don't really think that, but I always have. I mean, everybody sees everybody in a different light. I mean, people may see me as one way if you ask them, well, what do you think about It's Me, Angie? Some people may describe me in one way, and then you can ask someone else, and they may describe me another way. And we get 100 people together and get a synopsis of what they think I'm like. When you don't live with me, you don't know exactly how I am. I mean, I hope that I'm the same person I am when I come on this channel with you all. I want to be that person. But a lot of times we don't know people unless we live with them. And that's where judgment comes in, which we should never judge. Because we don't know, like I've said before, we don't know the person's story. We don't know what they've lived through. We don't know what they've gone through. And another thing, we are always supposed to be growing, mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, we can't stay 13 and be 55. We got to grow with become emotionally 55 if we're 55. And a lot of people can't because they've had a lot of pain and they hadn't worked through it. And I'm not here to judge them because I had to work through a lot of pain myself. But when you reach the other side and you finally grow into the age of who you really are, it's the most freeing thing that you could possibly have. So I encourage you to keep growing, keep moving, learn, listen to people, learn about people, hear their story. But go a little easy on them, because you don't know the pain that they have suffered. Which I have learned myself that every time I've went through pain, I've learned something. That's when we learn something, is when we go through pain. Well, that's been my experience. When we go through an experience that doesn't feel good, we learn something. Now, if we were always on this high of, oh, everything feels good, everything's wonderful, and we never had any problems, well, then why would we want to learn anything? Because we would think we knew it all. And who wants to be around a know-it-all? Not me. I've experienced that before out in the working world. I don't want to experience a know-it-all. And a lot of times they know nothing. And they're the ones over there shouting, look at me, I'm the boss, or I'm this, or I'm that. And if you have to tell somebody you're the boss, you're not the boss. If you have to tell people that how much you know and how great you are, no, you don't know that much and you're not that great. Humility goes a long way. But anyway, neighbor, keep moving, keep traveling, keep discovering, keep finding out different things about who you are and what makes you happy, what makes you want to continue to go on the next day. What motivates you? Get up. I mean, I'm outside right now. The humidity is just overbearing. But there's no sun out. It's kind of an overcast. And I'm really enjoying it. I woke up this morning as tired as I was. I said, oh my goodness, I've made it to another day. And I was happy. James is at work today. I have the whole house by myself. So I just started going around, doing what I wanted to do, listening to music, had breakfast, spending time with me and really enjoying it, just being by myself. But I also like to be around people too. But make sure that when you're around people, that you present yourself as wanting to get to know them, wanting to share things with them, wanting to let them know how important they are to you. It's not all about you or me all the time. People that use this, I that, I did this, I went here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I mean, when you use the word I too much, you need to rewind and check yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place to say, I would like to say this, or I would like to tell you about an experience I had. I would like to tell you something good that's happened to me. I mean, that's all great, but when you just continually talk about yourself, I find that I don't really enjoy that because I'm inclusive. I like to bring everybody in, and I like to talk about everybody that comes to my channel. What's important to them? What do they like? What are their desires? What is their wants? What are they disappointed in? What are they struggling with? I mean, let's just pay it forward a little bit. Pay it forward with, not monetary, not money, unless you feel led to, but it don't always have to be about money. It can be about, my neighbor's driving by. It can be about other things like your time, how you treat them. I mean, people want to be treated with kindness. They want to be noticed. They want to be liked. They want to be included. I mean, what's so hard about that? I don't know. If it's hard, please put it down in the comments why it's so difficult for people not wanting to accept others. I mean, is it because of the way they look, the way they act? I mean, what is it about somebody that you wouldn't want to include them in your circle? And we should not, any of us, have a circle. Because I want everybody to come on over to my house and check me out and visit and share things about their life because I'm really interested. I want to know. But until we meet again, neighbor, remember, be kind to one another. Now, I know some people are not easy to be kind to. I know that from experience. Some people are not even lovable. And some people just want so much attention that it's just exhausting. You just keep, they just keep coming back for more and more. But that's where we have to set up boundaries. Boundaries are good. Set you some boundaries up. And when they get close to crossing that line, just say, whoa, not here. I mean, I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to be nice to you and kind to you, but you're wearing me out. I've got to have energy for me and my family and my other YouTube supporters. With that being said, neighbor, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and please ring that bell so you'll know the next time that I'm coming to you with a video. That doorbell that I always tell you to ring. Where you just ring the doorbell, open the door and say, Angie, I'm here. And I'll say, come on in. Because that's the way I want it to be. And don't forget to comment. I always love to read your comments. And I'll respond back to you just as soon as I can. And with that being said, bye, neighbor.